Is about Lefty, my dad. This is his jacket. He left us in this world the year after the Indians won the World Series, 1948. That's the ring. And a year later, he passed away.
This was the day they had for Lefty Weisman in Cleveland. They gave him a lot of kitchen paraphernalia. And
he lost his dad when his dad was about 38 years old, and he was the oldest of 6 siblings, my father was. And he said, "Ma, I gotta go out and get a job so I can help take care of the kids." He was in 5th grade. He quit school at age 15. Started hustling papers in Boston. Lived in Chelsea, Mass, a suburb of Boston there, you know. And in those days, if somebody came and beat you up, they'd take your corner. Well, nobody's going to beat him up. He was tough. My father was rough. And he had the corner, he sold papers, and it was there that he met and was befriended by Tris Speaker, the great Hall of Famer. He was then player-manager of the Boston Red Sox. And they just were nuts about each other. And about 1916, maybe, he was traded. He was player-manager of the Red Sox, but he was traded to the Indians and became player-manager of the Cleveland Indians. And in 1920, won the only other World Series the Indians ever won. 1920, led by Tris Speaker. And he said to my dad, when I get after I'm manager, Lefty, I want you maybe to come and be the trainer. My dad had 5 grades of education, no training in physiology or medicine of any kind. I mean, it's an unbelievable, practically impossible story. And in 1921, Uncle Tris calls, "Lefty, come on, you're going to be my trainer." Yeah. He goes to Cleveland and becomes the trainer of the Cleveland Indians. He went to night college at Cleveland College in Cleveland and worked with some physicians and surgeons at University Hospital in Cleveland. And he became known as one of the best, if not the best, trainer in baseball. I mean, how could that be? People would come over to the house. "Lefty, my back's killing me." You know, he'd go up the stairs, he'd give him a jolt. I'm saying, does he have any idea what the hell he's doing? And they'd get done. "I feel great." You know, they'd leave. "What?" You know. And then that was repeatedly the situation. He was amazing. I don't know how it happened, but he really was. The 2 pages on my pop.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. Friendship, I'll just read the first part. "Friendship and loyalty cut deep with Tris Speaker. Way back in his first year with the Red Sox, Speaker took a shine to a teenage boy hawking newspapers on a Boston street corner. The kid, a Jewish immigrant, put his beautiful tenor to good use, shilling paper." Yeah, my dad sang great. Yeah. He had a trio, the Indians. They were good. "Spoke was so taken with the Russian emigre who could belt out a Yiddish nigun," I don't even know what that means, "that without missing a beat, break into an Irish ballad." My dad loved Rosa Truly and other Irish songs he specialized in. He invited the youngster to entertain the Sox at the Putnam Inn. The Kids Act proved so popular that soon he was warbling in the Sox clubhouse at the Huntington Avenue grounds. Spoke always told the youngster that he found his voice soothing. The boy's given name was Max David Wiseman. you'll get a kick out to see how young Bob is here. He was 17, he joined the club. When he came to Cleveland, he didn't have anywhere to sleep. So I always tell people I'm out of the closet now. We slept together. And we were together there. And then I was bat boy in 33. Yeah. I got an autograph book here, 1933. I brought up, how old was I? That picture there on the wall was with Hal Trotsky. I had my dad cut his uniform up, so the sleeves off of it, they went down, to the ground somewhere. And he cut off the sleeves and everything, and I had his number 7, played first base for the Indians, you may recall. Anyhow, Bob joined the club, I think, in Philadelphia in that year. I'd go out every morning with them, 9 o'clock. The rest of the club got there about 11. I'd throw with him, run with him, whatever. And he was so fast that nobody was worried about getting a hit against Feller. They were worried about whether they could stay out of the hospital. I mean, nobody threw it like that. That leg went up in the air, he came down and fired that ball in there. Nobody was as fast as Feller. And he was a remarkable guy. He became kind of especially cocky later on. He passed away not long ago. But he was a good kid. And people don't know he was valedictorian of his class. There were 6 boys in his class. Yeah, that's true. My kid brother, Jed, was born 8 years, I think, after I was. And the question, what are they going to name him? And Mr. Bradley said, why don't you name him after the $1 million outfield we've got here? Joe Vosmick, Earl Averill, and Dick Porter. That's his name, Jed. J-E-D. And I thought it was a great idea. My dad's highest amount of money made in any year that he was with the club. And of course, he's with the club from 21 to 49, 28 years, $6,300, I believe he made. And my mother, who was very broad-minded, she had the greatest laugh you ever heard. She could listen, and somebody tell a joke, she'd laugh and go crazy with it. She was the greatest. But one guy she would never let in her house, Babe Ruth, that he had the dirtiest mouth I ever heard. Every third word that came out was a bad word. And she said she's not letting him in, and she didn't. When he came in, the story is that Joe Gordon, who was a beautiful guy, Joe Gordon was a fabulous, terrific guy. He brings Dobie in the clubhouse. I don't know if you heard the story. And brings him in to say hello and meet the Indians. 3 of the entire ball players on the Cleveland Indians extended their hands to him. They wouldn't accept a black hand to shake. Can you imagine? The insult, the amazement. 3 of the Indians only. I mean, come on.